Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English Bình Phước radio, television stations and newspaper. I'm Hưng Kết, and now are the headlines as usual. Improving efficiency of foreign investment cooperations. Wonderful experiences among the lotuses. Prime Minister instructs measures to accelerate highway project in Mekong Delta region. Bắc Giang lychee enter Thailand's major shopping mall. Ladies and gentlemen, accelerating administrative reform, minimizing the time required to carry out business investment procedure, providing equal treatment between domestic and foreign enterprises, and protecting the legitimate interests of investors in order to improve their confidence. These are the main content of Plan number 209 from Bình Phước Provincial People Committee, issued with the aim of improving the efficiency of foreign investment cooperation in the locality in the 2023-2030 period.
Under the plan, the Provincial People's Committee requires related parties to perform 9 specific tasks and solutions. This includes continuing to effectively realize solutions assigned by the central and provincial governments, further improving the business investment environment and the quality, efficiency, and competitiveness of the local economy, developing an ecosystem of science and technology and innovation, innovating and enhancing competition in attracting foreign investment, and developing supporting industries, among others. The province will also continue to innovate and improve the efficiency of investment promotion and strengthen coordination and cooperation with central agencies, professional associations, and embassies of countries in Vietnam, as well as Vietnamese embassies abroad in investment promotion. The list of projects calling for investment in the province will be updated regularly and announced promptly according to the plan.
The Tiếng Hưng Camille People Committee in Dong Xoài City, Bình Phước Province recently conducted site clearing to widen alley 393 connecting Trường, Chinh Street with road number 741. The project received high consensus among local people who have donated land and voluntarily dismantled construction work worth billions of Vietnam dong.
All 55 households along the route have agreed with the policy on site clearance. As well as agreeing to donate nearly 2,000 square meters of land, households have also voluntarily dismantled works within site clearance efforts without seeking compensation. The total value of these works is 1.5 billion Vietnam dong. Meeting with the households, Secretary of the City Party Committee Ha Anh Dũng and other city leaders expressed appreciation of their self-disciplined spirit. This is a beautiful act for the benefit of the city and the community that should be replicated, they emphasized.
Lotuses in Bình Phước Province bloom all year round, and its seasons leave a unique memory for visitors. Local lotus flowers are now in full bloom once more, attracting many young people to come and admire their ethereal beauties.
Naturally growing lotus flowers are quite common along rivers and in lakes and dams throughout Bình Phước. Every time lotus flowers bloom, people become eager to immerse themselves in their beauty. Sitting on a wooden boat, admiring the natural scenery and picking some lotus flowers is a wonderful experience for tourists to enjoy. Besides the beauty, lotuses are a gift from nature in so many ways, as lotus roots, flower, seeds, and leaves have a use in everyday life. Lotuses are also often used in brewed tea. Enjoying a cup of strong lotus flavor is an elegant pleasure for Vietnamese people in general and Bình Phước people in particular.
Our news will continue with top story around the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính shared a conference on tackling difficulty to speed up highway project and disbursement of official development assistance capital in the Mekong Delta, which took place in Cần Thơ City on June the 8th afternoon.
To remove the obstacles and accelerate the transport projects, the Prime Minister instructed that investors of those projects should closely monitor the pace of construction and take firm actions in controlling the quality and pace of work as well as the use of capital. Relevant ministries must work closely with people's committees of provinces and cities where the projects run through to create favorable conditions and timely address arising problems for the projects, he said. He particularly reminded the administrations to pay attention to ensuring housing and livelihoods for people who have to relocate to make way for the highway projects. At present, 8 highway projects with a total length of more than 460 kilometers are being implemented in the Mekong Delta, with total investment of approximately $94.4 trillion, $3.99 billion US.
We have more news coming up next. Let's take a look.
The first batch of Bakzang lychees exported to Thailand via the official channel has been introduced to local consumers by the mall group at its 7 shopping malls. Vietnamese lychees were already present in Thailand a few years ago, but this is the first time that the fruits are on sale at a major supermarket chain in the country. At the Siam Paragon shopping mall, the lychees from Vietnam have attracted attention from shoppers. Lychee is grown in many localities in Vietnam, mostly in the north, with Bac Giang province known as the country's lychee growing hub. The province harvested 199,500 tons of lychee in 2022 and earned over $290 million from lychee sales and support services. Bakzang lychee has affirmed its brand and value in many countries and territories around the world, with 75,900 tons shipped abroad, making up 38% of the accumulative sales.
The State Bank of Vietnam has sent a document to credit institutions and branches of foreign banks and state banks of Vietnam in provinces and centrally run cities regarding the reduction of interest rates.
The document clearly stated that, in accordance with the government and the Prime Minister's directives, and based on the recent market and interest rate movements, the State Bank of Vietnam requested all credit institutions and branches of foreign banks to strictly follow its regulations on deposit rates. They must publicly post deposit rates at the designated deposit-taking locations, as prescribed by the State Bank, and continue with measures to reduce deposit rates, thus creating conditions to lower lending rates for clients. The bank branches in provinces and cities must closely monitor interest rate movements in their respective areas. By doing so, they could propose appropriate solutions to enforce the central bank's policy.
Vietnam has attracted a total of $13.43 billion in foreign direct investment (FDI) from the beginning of the year to June 20, down 4.3% year-on-year, according to the General Statistics Office.
In the period, there were 1,293 newly registered projects with a combined capital of $6.5 billion, up 72% in the number of projects and 31% in capital compared to the same period last year. The new projects were mainly in the fields of processing and manufacturing and real estate business. The value of capital contribution and share purchase deals surged 77% to over $4 billion. Among 57 nations and territories having new projects in Vietnam, Singapore was the largest investor, with nearly $1.8 billion. It was followed by China $1.3 billion and Japan $386 million. In the first half of this year, over $10 billion of FDI was disbursed, up 0.5% year-on-year.
And that's it for this edition of BPTV News. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.